I've been wanting to make this video for a while. So sorry for the delay and for the handful of subscribers that have showed up to the channel. I have been wanting to put this out for about the last 3 weeks, but just personal life has gotten me busy. I do have a bunch of footage from other things and other mods and other adventures, and I just plan on pumping a few videos out here in the next couple weeks, so enjoy the review video. Alrighty, got the tent set up. Just got to put in the floor here. Alright, got the floor in. Now just got the wall open just for some lighting in here. Got the LEDs in. Roof is still it's just permanently dirty at this point. But now we can start moving in here, and we're gonna set up next the Car Connect, which will enclose everything and kind of have like a almost like an annex in a way to the tent that's connected with the back of your hatchback SUV. It's pretty awesome. For the intro of the video, I completely lost my original audio, so it doesn't really matter just because this is the setup. From this point, you're just going to open your small bag. It's about 10 to 12 pounds. It's rather dense, but packs away quite nicely here. I wish the bag was made of a thicker type of material, but you're not packing it too tightly anyways. It comes with the 2 side straps for your hatch and a small bag full of stakes. The original packing is nice and tight, but the bag is big enough just to repack it, and you got these tent poles as well, which are here to support the corners of the awning that mount specifically to where the zipper portion goes. They're not necessarily something that I use very often, just because the tent wall is already supported and the poles that are included in the Car Connect don't really add any additional support to it. It's just 2 extra things to set up, and in my opinion, I honestly cannot find a practical reason for it, just because they're not as tight in place as the tent walls themselves. So yeah, throw them up if you want to. I don't find myself using them very often, but I'll display connecting them anyways. So here's the fun part, trying to figure out which direction the Car Connect is supposed to face. At this point, you're wanting to just drag it all the way out, and on the ground laying out, it's actually just a long rectangular strip. It's nice and square in the corners, and it's pretty easy to figure it out once you completely stretch it out. But just to kind of speed things up, you're going to want to be looking for the sides or the bottom of the skirt. They have the logo printed on it, like right here. It's going to have all the elastic bands as well as the tire tie downs where you tie down your wheel, and then that leads up basically to the door portion of the Car Connect, which is partially unzipped at this point here. And so I'm going to go ahead and find the main zipper that connects to the hub tent walls, which is the chunky style YKK plastic zippers, and then obviously the opposite side will be the part that connects to the hatch. And so at this point, I'm just lining things up, finding the zipper side. You'll notice on your hub tent there's a small skirt on the upper portion of the door side wall. If you just flip that over, you'll expose the zippers there. So at this point, I'm just kind of squaring things up essentially. So from here, we're going to find our long straps. There's 2 of them. There's one small strap that connects the Car Connect once it's all rolled up together. So don't confuse it with the short version. You're looking for the really long ones. It's got a simple loop on the end of it, and then you're going to find just anywhere on your roof to loop in this buckle here. Just a long strap with your prong style portion of the buckle. Calcifer is the best little helper. Always getting into mischief, keeping things interesting. I like tying it further forward just because I want to be able to cinch the car connect down as tight as I can. And I've noticed that the skirt reaches around the side of the car a couple feet, so having it strapped to the middle of the rack just allows a little bit more adjustment range, basically. You just loop it through, and it's that straightforward. Might as well get a little bit of adjustment going on ahead of time. I didn't really need to have it as stretched out as I do here. As you'll see, I'm going to get things connected, and then I'm going to have a lot of cinching to do. So my 2 cents on that is to cinch your buckle to the point where it's at the rear corner of your vehicle, because that's the minimum space that you're going to want your car connects to. You go, I'm just cinching everything up, but it's still not enough. And it was slightly out of alignment, to be honest. So getting that ahead of time, making it tight where you can pull it tight instead of cinching it back. Once you have the car connect pulled over the hinge of your hatch, you got both buckles connected and everything pulled nice and tight. You don't want to pull the portion of the car connect that reaches around the hatch of your car too far beyond, just because you need a little bit of slack. But go ahead at this point and pop your hatch up. It's kind of creating the first portion of the roof of the car connect, if you will. It's nice having some lighting in there. Now at this point, we're going to take the tent and we're going to drag it forward right behind the car connect. Now, because I put my logs in place while parking, every time I drive off from here, I'm going to be able to back up to the exact same spot where I'll be able to reconnect the car connect at any point if I need to go for a drive or something like that. It up and grab the front corner if you can too and slide it forward. Alrighty. Is close enough? I think that's too close. We got to go back, babe. Grab the back corner here. I think that'll do for a start. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Good to. And it's getting dark out, so at least we got enough daylight to set this up here. The zipper actually starts all the way at the bottom here. There's like a little strap too if you wanted to connect this to this little metal ring here. There's actually a big grommet here to stake it all the way into the ground if you want to stake the tent down. But then there's this little chrome D-ring. Don't stake your tent because you're obviously going to have to pierce your skirt for that, but it's not strong enough anyways. But this is just a little connect if you want to do that. So let's go ahead and get this zipper started. You might have to lift it off the ground and push the skirt down. What's not obviously seen in the video is a small plastic connector to go on the D-ring. Why don't you come around the other side so you can watch me zip it up. And there's like a little elastic skirt on top, kind of as a rain fly as well, because when you put the main rain fly on, it doesn't actually extend over the front door here. It's over all the other sides because it's like Velcro and zippers, and this is just a much more secure wall. So it's got this little skirt here to kind of let water drip off the front of it. But that said, you just got to move that up and over the corners, get over the corner of the tent, which is a little challenging right there. Lift it up once you come in here. And the corner is a little challenge again. And just zipping it on down. And you're done. Let's see, do I have it all the way down? I do. I got the zipper all the way down. Looks like there's a little bit more zipper to go, but and then there's the skirt. We're under shelter now. Push this up a little bit more. And this is tight enough now if we needed to take off, emergency, something like that. This is the pros over having this as a main shelter versus your rooftop tent as a main shelter, is you can literally just clip the buckles on the side of this thing, close your hatch, and take off. It's really cool. You can also tie the corners of this with rubber bands, which are included. We'll do that next to the rear wheels. But if you undo those, clip the buckles on the top, you can even leave the straps on, let them flap in the wind. But basically, it's just a super fast way. Every time we've gone to Moab for Easter Jeep Safari, or we've gone to Glamis for like Thanksgiving crazy celebration, or we've gone to King of the Hammers, we pretty much have to leave everything behind. It takes forever to set up and put down, and the overlanding is not fun with off-roading simultaneously. So this is kind of the solution to that, as well as a nice like in-between going to and from the vehicle. Last night it was so rocky we weren't able to really set this up just because we couldn't find a flat spot, but this is perfect for tonight here. So let's go out the door here and finish setting up the Car Connect. Oh, this is like the window, that's right. There's like an actual mesh window, which I wish this side had. I wish that's another one. The only con I wish of only other con besides how easy it is to pop in the hubs, is the fact that the door does not have any mesh zip down. Like, yeah, there's a little window right here, but that's nice, especially if it's raining. But it would be nice to have another vented wall on this side here, especially because you can open it from the inside versus the ventilation on this tent. You have to open it from the outside. So it's really the only gripe is the lack of a front door, which is not hard to do because they already did it for this one, obviously. Just didn't think that one out all the way. I swear, sometimes these companies, even though they portray themselves as users of the very products that they are showcasing, I just don't think that they really use them. Alrighty, let's go out here. It's getting dark. And for tonight, because it's cold, we're going to leave this flipped in here. Normally I'd have a bunch of stuff hanging off of that, spare tire and accessories, but not being used right now, so it's not a big deal. Okay. So you got these little, hey, Calcifer.
Can you actually grab him?
Yeah.
You should put him away now. The gray container or the tray.
Alrighty. So a part of the lower skirt here are these are part of the skirt that actually cinches it down to the side of this elastic bit here. It's actually what's used to tie with this tie down and with this tie down to your tire here. So you just pull it over, run it through one of your spokes, just whatever is the easiest one to get it in. Alrighty. I was wondering why it's not stretching all the way. Okay, so this is a little loose on this side. I think it's just because we got to pull it over a little bit. Oh, that's why, actually. This is the reason why it's a little baggy right here. I have this zipped out still. So when you have an extra tall vehicle, there's like this skirt here, or I should say this like expansion wall that allows you to have a taller little bit to it. But honestly, it's just too baggy. So we're going to go ahead and zip it up. And I could use the extra height right now, but it's just leaving too much bagginess on this part of the wall over here. There we go. Now it's cinched up a little better. And doing that helped it change the shape of it also. There we go. Now it's fitting much better. And I can continue to cinch this down. Alrighty. Let's go to the other side here. And of course, the kit comes with stakes, so you can stake out the bottoms of the walls of the Car Connect here. Alrighty. So now that everything's all snugged up, I need to cinch it up even more. There we go. Now the walls up on top should be nice and pulled tight. And we'll do our corner here. Honestly, this is probably the most challenging part. Everything else is a little tedious, but getting it through, depending on what kind of wheels you have, is a pain in the butt. Okay, so just having this thing literally attached to the side of the wheels here and everything kind of causes, you can kind of see it scrunching here, causes itself to cinch down. There's a little fabric loop here, so you can pull this tighter even if you want. You can cinch this down a little tighter. You can expand this wall if you need to, or I should say, you know, drop it down. It's like an expansion skirt or expansion wall or whatever you want to call it. You have a really tall rig, but this top of the hatch probably sits maybe 8 feet in the air, and it's still perfectly landing all the way down. Now, we don't really need to stake down the corners here for this, just because it's attached to the wheels so well and everything else is pulled tight. If we were to stake the tent down, then it would be absolutely perfect. At the end of it all, don't forget to pull over the little top skirt that covers the zipper portion that connects the wall and the car connect and the tent, so it's water resistant. And then you're good to go and you're done. All in all, it probably takes about 10 minutes for this part, and I'll show you the additional wall pulls that they included, but it's not always necessary. So we'll cover that, and that will pretty much be the majority of the setup, and we'll go over pros and cons after we spend the night in it here.
Those are the...
They're like some, they're more extensions, extension connection for this here. I'm just trying to remember where the hell these went. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to go in the corners here. Alright, so you can watch me try to figure things out in the video while I tell you how I figured them out later. I had a recording of it, but I lost that too. So anyways, in the video, have the pole upside down. The rubber foot I have up to the ceiling because I assumed that the stake was supposed to go down into the ground and dig into the ground. Basically, there is a small eyelet on the top corner with a brass metal eyelet in there, and you can slide the stake in through it up into the upper corner. You'll be able to find it, and if you look close underneath the zipper skirt portion, you'll see it hiding. But essentially, it's upside down in the video. And honestly, I don't really use these things anyways. Doesn't look too bad all connected. The Forerunner is not completely squared up with it, but it's pretty tight. If it was windy, it wouldn't flap too much. Alright, we've spent a greater part of the last day in and around the tent and the Car Connect here, and I've really only found one major con, honestly, and that's if when it comes to closing things up for the night, if you don't want to leave your hatch wide open, then you just have, and if you don't want to take this off too, then you're going to have to deal with everything falling down and not having any kind of like structural, you know, rigidity to the roof. If the wind blows at all, it's just going to flap everywhere. So that's the only real con that I found with it. Otherwise, it's so great to have this annex and this extra room here. But we're going to go do a few trails around here and try to catch the sunset. So we're going to do a just quick disconnect from the Car Connect here and drive off and just see how easy it is to disconnect, and then we'll do another reconnect here later on. So first of all, actually probably be easier to start with the bottom first, and disconnecting it is just this easy. Okay, let's go to the other side now. And we left the front door open of our tent just because this entire thing is going to be draping down. We just wanted to make it simpler to get back in later. Alrighty, so it just remains straight down. Right in front of it, you could put maybe some of your items on it, on the flaps here, which is what we probably might do. We might put some boxes on here. Just keep it from flapping in the wind. But there you go. Then you can go off for the day, explore, overland, road trip, whatever, and then come back to camp. Just make sure that you get your straps off the side of here. And take them with, leave them behind, or whatever. Whatever is easier. We're just gonna throw them on the ground right here, but basically that's it for disconnect here. We'll go ahead and do a reconnect. When it comes to packing things up, it's just the reverse of how you see me undo everything. It's a giant rectangle. It's best to just lay it straight out on the ground, fold it in half hot dog style, and start rolling it up. So here's the finished product, everything nice and tightened down. Honestly, I really have enjoyed using this product from Freespirit Recreation. I got it on half off, you know, Christmas time sales, and considering that it takes about 5 minutes to set up the tent, about 10 minutes for the Car Connect. It's really not too bad. It would be nice if it was a quick pop-up, but I can't complain, honestly. It gives you this perfect annex where you can be in your hatch during rain and extreme cold and wind, or just while cooking, and have a safe place to just go to and from, as well as that much more privacy going to and from your car. And if you're camping and sleeping out the back of it anyways, well, then it just makes it that much more convenient for you to hop out of your car and into your, quote, living room structure area, or you can just join up the rest of your team while you're out camping. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was thorough, and I hope it actually is allowing you to get a good idea on something like this before pulling the plug. I'm still new to YouTube, I'm still new to making videos, and I'm trying to get a good idea of what really portrays a product well in the real world. So thanks for watching, guys.